Welcome back to another episode of Money with Monica. Monica, what are mid-cap funds?
Top 100 companies by way of market cap are called large caps. The next bunch is called mid caps. These mid caps have the potential to grow very fast. The potential for higher return in mid caps is accompanied by equally high risk. We look at last year's winners and we decide our next year's portfolio, and we will always lose. So invest for the long term, invest with a strategy.
Welcome back to another episode of Money with Monica. So far this season, we have talked about all the basics of mutual fund investing. But now we're starting to get into the details of choosing the right funds for your portfolio. Today we're talking about mid-caps. Monica, what are mid-cap funds?
Nilanjana, mid-caps seem to get attention every time there's a mid-cap rally, and then they fall out of favor. But let's understand what is a mid-cap stock, and then we come to what is a mid-cap fund. So the stock market has thousands of listed companies, and these companies can be very small to very large. A way that there's a classification of the companies within the market is by something called a market capitalization, which is the stock price multiplied by the number of shares outstanding of a company. So very large companies have both large number of stocks outstanding plus the price is very high. So they are called high market cap, large market cap companies. And these are mature companies with very steady growth rates. And the way that the market regular segregates large caps is the first top 100 companies by way of market cap are called large caps. The next bunch is called mid caps. These are companies who are, they've grown to a certain size, and some of them will become large cap companies as they continue to grow. So the next bunch are called mid caps, and then after that are small cap companies. These small cap, of course, are more risky because the businesses are not yet that well established, and some of them will do extremely well, and some of them will simply fail. Mid cap companies, it's a very interesting segment of market because the capacity for growth is there. They've proved that they can come to a certain size, and these mid caps have the potential to grow very fast and become far larger companies. The interesting thing for investors is that if they are able to identify good mid cap stocks, then there is a possibility that they get a multiplier return. It's an exponential return. But similarly, if they don't, then the risk is very high. And mutual funds who buy these mid-cap stocks are called mid-cap funds.
The returns have been so good. I mean, there have been 15% returns overall, and then some have even delivered 30% plus returns, which is so tempting for an investor.
We look at last year's winners and we decide our next year's portfolio, and we will always lose. 2017 was the year of the big mid-cap rally, where again there was exponential return, 20%, 30% in a year. So there were schemes which were giving 45, 48% returns. And I remember writing and talking about it and saying, don't enter mid-caps because of the returns that they've given. And sure enough, in the next 2 years, 18 and 19, we saw negative returns. Actually, values fell. Where mid-caps, everyone said mid-caps are all destroyed. Now we're again back at the stage where you're seeing a mid-cap rally. So, buy a mid-cap fund for the right reason, which is that you want to diversify your portfolio, you want to take structured risk, and you don't want to expose your money to individual mid-cap stocks because the risk is too high. When you buy a mid-cap fund, you have 25 to 30 mid-cap stocks. Your risk is spread over these stocks rather than having one or two mid-caps, which if don't do well, your entire money is gone.
Who should ideally go in for a mid-cap fund?
None of the equity products are good for any short-term investor. Within the range of long-term investment, mid-caps is not the first product that you buy. It's not the first fund that an investor buys. Ideally, once the portfolio is of certain size, a person has understood how to use funds, and then you start investing in mid-cap funds as a diversification. For people who've had a history of investing in mutual funds, are settled with the product, understand how to navigate it, For them, an allocation is really 25% of your equity portfolio. So suppose your debt equity portfolio is 40% debt, 60% equity. Of this 60%, you're putting half of your money in large caps or multi-cap funds. When I say large caps, it's more ETFs and index funds than managed funds now, and or multi-caps. A quarter of your equity portfolio can go into mid-caps, and as your portfolio size increases, your small cap funds will also come in at a later date, and a quarter of your portfolio, if you're below age 45, it's worth doing a quarter of your portfolio in small caps. You need to understand the risk of this product category, of this mutual fund category. And if you are only trying to harvest your returns, you are going to burn your fingers.
Okay. So in some aspects of what you talked about sound to me like, you need to keep a cap on your expectations, have a grip on your emotions, do it, think about it, strategize. A lot of it sounds like the advice one would give if somebody was looking to invest in stocks rather than mutual funds. So why not stocks?
For the reason I mentioned earlier, that when you do all this research and you do pick, say, 2 stocks or 3 stocks, the risk of failure is very high, because again, in mid caps, you don't know what stock will actually do the multi-bagger for you. Whereas when you buy a mutual fund, a mid-cap fund, then your money is diversified across 25, 30 stocks. On an average, you will do better than a person who has put all her money into 2 or 3 stocks and stands the risk of a very deep hit onto the portfolio. If you're lucky in stocks, and I call it pure luck, then you could get a multi-bagger. But I think the risk for an average retail portfolio is far too great to just have 2 or 3 mid-cap stocks, rather than being far safer in this higher risk category and buying a mutual fund.
So on that note, we'll take a reader question. Gaurav Satpute from Vadodara writes into us saying that he's not sure if his mutual fund portfolio is an effective one. He has SIPs of rupees 1,000 each in a mid-cap fund and a small-cap fund, and another SIP of rupees 2,000 in a multi-cap fund. He wants to know if he's on the right track with this.
Gaurav, your portfolio sounds very well structured. 50% in multi-cap, 25 in mid-cap, 25 in small-cap. Almost as if you heard what we were saying a few minutes ago. But you're absolutely on track. The only thing that I would want you to make sure that you've understood that this is your long-term part of the portfolio. You have your debt allocation either in fixed deposits or government bonds or debt funds securely in place. You have your emergency fund, 6 months to 2 years of monthly expenses, again in a very safe place. And then you are doing these SIPs. Because remember, equity long-term investments will come after you have secured your today.
That's unfortunately all the time we have for this episode of Money with Monica. But don't worry, we'll be back very soon with another episode. So keep watching. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions that you want Monica to answer, do write into us at moneywithmonica@lifein.com.
An investor education initiative by ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.